but there's a few things that I would change, which
obviously it's quite small.
Hey guys, how are ya? Michael from Are We There Yet Adventures. In today's video we're going to be reviewing our Stoney Creek Scout 11 hybrid caravan. So Jules and I have had the Stoney Creek for just over 14 months. We've been on probably 12 or 13 trips now so far. It's certainly done us well, but there's a few things that I would change, which I'll go through with you guys now, and I'll show you throughout the van. So we've got the fridge slide here, full lockable on a fridge slide. We've got the My Coleman 85 litre fridge that came with our van. Dual zone, works relatively well, holds enough for the four of us on maybe a week trip, does pretty well. We've got the pantry slide here that comes right out. So we try and put a lot of the snacks in these plastic containers from Kmart, and Jules has fitted out with a few other containers throughout the van, which is really good. We've got the fold out kitchen here. So that rolls out. I've got a sink here. This folds out into a table. I've got a drawer here which we keep all of our utensils and dishwashing liquid, etc. And then a little fold out hatch here where the drain hose for the sink goes. One thing we would change with the slide out kitchen would be to have not as many burners. So there's 4 burners on here. In our opinion, it would be better to have 2 burners and then a larger sink here, just for better usability, really. We rarely have 4 burners going at a time, usually only 2. So at the front of the van we've got a very large checker plate toolbox, which is really handy. We've got our wheel chocks, all of our cables in there, fire pit, hoses, the ladder to get to the top for to unlatch the pop top. This part is really handy. On the Stoney Creek Scout 15, they didn't have such a large toolbox like this. They've made use of the fridge and the gas side really well here. On the back of the van is a fully sized spare wheel, and we've made use of that to put on a crash pad tyre bag, which we usually put a bin bag in for any off-grid camping. On this side of the van we've got our 15 amp power in for when you're camping with powered sites. Got our shower. We added the 23.0 outdoor shower, which pops out really nicely. I'll put a photo up of that setup on one of our recent trips. You've got tank 1 fill zone here. You've got your water in for when you're on a powered site with water in. You've got your vent for your electric and gas hot water system. and tank 2 inlet here. And then on this side it's another sealed portion with all of your power and your tank levels and your grey water tank levels, etc. Underneath the van you've got your grey water tank there, you've got your external solar power charging in, which is right there. If you got a foldable solar panel you can put that in the sun if you don't think the van solar power is doing enough. On the van of the roof you've got 3 slimline Renogy solar panels, 100 watt each, so in total we have 300 watts of solar. It's a bit dirty up here as we've just been on a off-grid trip. One of the most controversial topics with Jules and I is the Bunduawn awning. It's a 320, I believe, degree awning, which sets up really nice. I'll put a photo of it set up, but it is a pain in the ass if we want to stop quickly, unlike your standard awnings. I'll let Jules do a tour of the inside of the van, that's her domain, and go from there.
Hi everyone, now I'm going to show you the interior of the Stoney Creek Scout 11. Now this hybrid caravan, it features a large bed for the parents, of course, and the double bunk, which I'm sitting on the bottom bunk at the moment. You can convert it into 2 chairs and a table, but obviously we have the 2 kids, so they do sleep in here themselves. We've added a few things here and there just to make our lives a little bit easier. And as everyone knows, once you go camping, you realize that there's more and more things that you do need. Now, I'll quickly show you everything as best as I can. We haven't got it popped up at the moment because we did just come back from a trip, so please excuse our mess. It's not, you know, Instagram worthy. And, you know, like we could do with a bigger one, obviously. Everybody wants bigger, but I think this suits us just fine. It's got everything that we need. We do have an indoor sink. We do have lots of storage. The bed is really uncomfortable, so we are in the process of ordering a mattress. We were going to get it custom made, but I personally just feel like it's so expensive. Like, I'd rather put that money to something else. Like, we were thinking of getting awning walls, just so when we do go on trips and it's raining, it would be a nice idea that we can have something a bit enclosed, because this area is obviously a little bit small for the 4 of us to hang out all day if it rains. But, you know, it is what it is. You've got the top bunk here, and I purchased this from Shein, which is my second favorite place. Now, it was for actually keeping dogs inside, but we've managed to make it for our child. So when it pops up, it's like a barrier. Obviously, it's not going to hold a full child, but it's enough to keep them there. We haven't had any issues yet, touch wood. Now, our son sleeps down here. He has fallen off this, unfortunately, so if there's anything that you guys could recommend to hold him in there, he is 4 years old and likes to move quite a lot. Please let us know in the comments. Now, we do have a window here, which is awesome, obviously. Storage here, again, please don't judge our messiness. This is me, not Mike. Mike is the OCD clean one. But yeah, we do have some storage in there. Mike has also added these fans, so they are on a 12-volt connection here. So he did just do that himself. They are really noisy though, so I don't know if we will use them that often, and the kids don't really need them. So there's more storage in there. Now this is where we put our clothes. Again, we just came back from a trip, so everything's out of the van at the moment getting washed. We do have collapsible drawers that we pop in there. It's just easier because you can push it in and maneuver it how you want it to be. And then under here, don't know if you can see, but we do use this as storage as well. We pop our containers of our clothes in there. Lift this up. Just pop that in there. So you can lift this up, and there's some storage space in there. So we've got some blankets in there. Oh, look, I've grabbed a bug with us. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like it would sting. What else? So here we have the beautiful ensuite. So this is the shower and toilet combo. So we do have a shower there. Obviously it pops up, so you can put the shower head up there. We actually haven't used it. We've been on many trips, but we haven't used it. Personally, I'm worried about using it because I don't want it to be dirty. Collapsible containers, we just store in there. The toilet is just standard. You do have an exhaust fan up here, which is lovely if you have a nice steamy shower, or if your kids decide to stink out the toilet. Now we do have this sink inside with a cutting board. I personally think it's a waste of space. If I could change things, I probably would cover it and have it more as like a place where you can put your keys, your phones, or whatever. But I mean, each to their own. People might love it. I heard that in the last design they complained a little bit about the sink being outside, but our sink outside is tiny. So we actually do our dishes in a collapsible bucket. And we got some storage in here. Again, more storage, which is lovely when you're traveling. And this is our bed, which at the moment, as you can see, there is our tables on there, which we keep in here. And then we do have a smart TV, which is again awesome. We couldn't figure out how to use the DVD player, which is also standard. So it comes, you put them in here, but we've tried many DVDs and I think the ones that are Blu-ray don't work. Don't quote me on that, but so far we haven't had any luck with the DVDs. Lots of little pockets up there. Mike also added this fan, which was handy on the trip we just went to, because on powered sites we can't actually use our air conditioning units, which is fine. We don't really need it, but you know, modern day world, we're used to it. We did add Velcro there to stick our controllers up, just so we don't lose it, because you know it's always a pain when you have kids. You do have reading lights here. Again, awesome, because I like to read. And around the van, you'll find heaps of these USB connections, which is incredible, because as you know, when you go camping, everything is, it's charged by USB cables. So that's super handy, and they're everywhere in here. Again, that was one. So you do have your vents down here for the air conditioning. You've got the solar power here to turn the heating on for the shower, the external shower, the air conditioning. Again, more power points. So after plenty of weekend getaways and holiday adventures, was the Stoney Creek Scout 11 really worth it? For families like us who don't travel full time but like to get away when we can, we needed something a bit more practical and reliable. So the Scout 11 was a great option for us.
It's made weekend escapes so much more easier, being able to hitch the van up and go on adventures. Of course, there are a few things we'd change. The outside kitchen sink is a bit small, which can be frustrating when washing up. The queen bed mattress, not the most comfortable. And we found that the internal sink isn't really necessary.
But those really are just minor things. We can put those aside and still get to go away with our family and enjoy some quality time together.
So Jules, do you think it's worth it?
I think yes. I think for us, it's practical, it's reliable. We can do what we've always wanted to do, which is create some wonderful memories with our kids, which we have for the last 14 months, I guess, and getting out as much as we can.
Thanks for watching our review of the Stoney Creek Scout 11. We hope this helped. When we were searching for a van, all we did was YouTube all the different van models, and we hope this one helped you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us for more family adventures.